Welcome to Boys and Brunch. This is the show where we expose everything going down on the timeline. And today we're going to be particularly messy. So buckle up or tune out now. That's your warning. So today we're talking about the allegations about Joe Budden, what Joe Budden does for his dog. The allegations about a certain stinky kink that Odell Beckham Jr. has, our favorite Black 90s TV shows that have returned on Netflix, and when you get that WYD text during work hours. So I'm Jarrod D. King, and I am joined by co-hosts Brandon Harris Williams and Marcus Haynes. How are you guys? Oh, and I'm also, I forgot, special guest. See, look, I'm on like autopilot. That's my problem. Special guest. He wears many hats. He's an actor, author, screenwriter, producer, and host of his own podcast, Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. Please welcome greatness creator Dwight Allen O'Neal. Hello, Dwight.
Oh my God, I love that introduction. Hello. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Hello.
So I'm excited to be here today with all this mess.
You picked a perfect day.
I got my bounty. I'm ready to clean it up.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to use that sometime. So Dwight, could you tell us a little bit about your podcast and some of the projects you're working on before we jump into everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm Dwight Allen O'Neal. I actually host a podcast by the name of Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. And basically, each episode is basically something that I've gone through from a life experience and how I've learned from it and how I hope that it can inspire and motivate other people. In addition to that, I stream live on this app by the name of Big O. So if Zoom and Instagram were to have a baby, it'd be Big O. And so I do a daily live there called In the Closet with Dwight at 1:00. And as to that, I'm an actor. I produced one of the first web series by the name of Christopher Street, way back in the day when I was a size 2 and when I was about 5 years old. But yeah, and just all around, celebrity or gay boy next door, as I like to call myself.
Awesome. So we met while filming the reality show, The Circle NYC here in Philly. So I was curious, How was your experience kind of filming that show and being a part of that experience?
Ooh, child. Working on The Circle. No, overall, I have so much respect for Lester Matthews, your boy Nunu, YBN Entertainment. He's doing such an incredible job producing his own content, his own work. And I'm sure it's very challenging for him to work with so many different personalities. Myself, especially because I am a producer. So it was hard for me to take my producer hat off and just be talent. So it was always, are you getting my best angle? Or do I need to say that again? Or a lot of that happened. He's just like, I just need you to be yourself. But definitely I worked with many personalities, and I made some great friends in the process, and I've made some opposites of friends in the process. So
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. I think, watching a reality show and then being in it is like two completely different energies, right? Like, they always talk about how you have to have a lot of energy for it to translate on screen. But the energy in person, from my experience, was just like super huge. So, I mean, I think that makes for a great show. So, everybody tune into that. So what are you drinking today, Dwight?
So I'm actually having strawberry lemonade with a little bit of vodka, a little Grey Goose. So
Okay, a little splash.
Trying to get a little loose, little splash of vodka. Yeah. I mean, it is Sunday and it's 1:00, so.
Right.
Exactly. It's brunch time.
It's brunch time, exactly. We all got a little splash of something in here. Well, maybe more than a little splash, but
That part.
So, Marcus, what are we swallowing today?
Ooh.
This is already started. It's
bounty.
already started.
Messy.
Please.
Lord.
Oh Lord. Well, I am sipping on some more red wine.
Okay. Very nice.
Malbec,
Okay.
Very classy. I love it.
I love a Malbec. Brandon, what about you? What's your drink of choice?
I have some Crown and Coke today.
Crown and Coke. Okay.
Yes.
And you said it was a little strong today?
I did make it a little strong. I did, but we're
All
gonna
right.
push on through.
Well, look, I mean,
God.
you're going to need that strongness when we get into these topics.
I will,
Um,
especially those first two. I will.
Yes. So if at any point you hear something you like, please heart it up or give us a like. I will be watching the comments and doing my best to interact with everyone and, shout you out if you have something really fun to say or a question for us or whatever. So let's move into our first topic. Oh my gosh.
Wait. What are you drinking? Did you tell us that?
Exactly.
Oh.
See, it
look,
must
I'm
be
so
water.
on point. See, no, it is Sauvignon Blanc yet
water.
again.
Mm.
So that's what I got. And so that's it. Nothing really special on my end. Nothing really special to say on my end. So I'm ready to just jump right on in. So we're gonna talk about Joe Budden.
We have to.
I mean, the
He brought it
topics.
up.
Right. The topics are they're just here. I don't know what else to say about that. So Joe Budden, podcaster, broadcaster, former rapper, has been called out for physical abuse by his ex-girlfriend, Sin Santana, in a leaked phone call recording between the two. Shortly after, Sin's alleged court document was leaked, and it reads, quote, defendant has a male dog whom he loves and showers with attention. Without putting too fine a point on it, suffice to say that defendant has not only expressed concern for the dog's lack of sexual partners, but has personally assumed responsibility for relieving any pent-up canine sexual tension. So defendant, for reasons I cannot fathom, has personally masturbated the dog. Defendant repeatedly states that he sees this function as a responsibility since there are no bees around to provide a sexual outlet for the dog. I really don't know how else to really jump into this. This is just a lot. We're gonna see if we can get Dwight back. But for now, let me just ask you guys, like, where were you when this news came out? Anybody can start. Let's just go for it.
Was I working? Was I in the bed? Working from home now, so I don't know where I was at home. I don't know what I was doing, but
I think pretty much the same. I think I was doing my normal, sitting on the couch, scrolling through Twitter, and
that part. I was like, oh, this is a thing.
This is happening.
Oh my goodness, Dwight, are you with us?
I am. Sorry, something happened. I got kicked off. I'm back up.
It's all good. It's all good.
It got too messy.
That's what happened.
Didn't get messy yet. We just started.
That lets you know how messy it is.
So, what were your reactions, Dwight? I'm going to bring you in soon, but let's jump into reactions. Like, Brandon, what were you thinking when you heard all of this?
Why? Just why? Why are you doing this? Why? Like, how do you get there to be like, this is what the dog needs, and I'm going to be the one to do that? How do we go there?
I have no clue. It was really. At first, I was looking at the timeline and I was like, is this fake or is this real? And then, then we saw some kind of a video clip, and I'm like, okay, so this. I'm thinking this is real, but then you've got people talking about it's a joke. I don't know. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. But Marcus, do you have any reactions to any of this? I just thought this was nuts.
Like that was just how I looked at it. It's like, what? Why has 2020 not hurt us enough? Have we not dealt with it enough?
I don't think so.
Like, not only did you bring Joe Budden back to the limelight for whatever reason, you have also decided to let us know that he likes to fondle his canine. And I'm just like, what? Why?
It's like more than fondle.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like they're in a full-on relationship. No, seriously.
Hello?
When you're single and you got that side piece you mess with, pretty much what he's saying is he's his dog's friends with benefits until he finds a canine of his own. Like, yeah, it's quite disturbing. But it's not uncommon. I mean, during quarantine, I've heard horror stories myself. other situations. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon. It's very disgusting, but it's not uncommon.
Do you care to share any of those stories?
Come on, Regina Hall.
So I remember during quarantine, I was actually talking to this guy online, and he was saying that he had a friend who was basically sleeping with his dog, and then went on to send me a video of him actually being penetrated by the dog.
No.
And I blocked him, deleted the video. It was the most disturbing, disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was horrible.
God.
And the sad part was, sad part is I actually watched it. But the other sad part was the man, when he put his legs up, the damn dog knew what to do. Like, so clearly it was, the dog was trained to top this man. It exists. It's gross. It's gross. It's disgusting.
My goodness. I have no words.
Where is Peter? Where is Peter when you need them?
This is what they need to be worried about.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, my mind is blown right now.
And his back was being blown out by a dog. Disgusting.
Wait. So why did the friends send the video to you? Like,
So the conversation actually was talking about being like single, alone during quarantine, not having a partner, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like my friend actually has been fucking his dog." Excuse my language. And I was like, I said, "What?" And I felt, and the reason I blocked him too, I said he was trying to like see if I were into that. It was just so disturbing. Yeah. And so I didn't ask for the video, and he sent me a video, and I hit play. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, are you fucking serious? He's like, yeah, my friend sent me the video. I'm like, why would you send me that? I blocked him, deleted. It was so disturbing and so disgusting.
Oh my goodness.
Because that's a red flag that I'm gonna say that they're still friends.
They're still friends, and that he didn't find an issue with it. He wanted to see if I had an issue with it.
That part.
And the issue is you're blocked. Period.
Exactly. Like, period. Yeah. Like, really, that's a non-starter.
Period.
Done. Brandon.
No.
So yes.
No.
Yes. So when I saw that, I was like, dear God, it happens. I mean, I'm just happy somebody's straight though in this case, Lord, because they say all that nasty shit. You hear that? Y'all in church that say we are the pedophiles and we're doing nasty shit. It's one of y'all. It's one of y'all.
Crazy. I've never seen Brandon speechless like this.
What do you say to this? I don't even. How do you get there? Because like the fact that you've trained your dog to do this.
Yes, and like literally lifted his legs up, and dog knew what to do. I went, oh my! It was so disgusting, and I'm like, oh wow, this actually this exists in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
See. I don't want to, I don't want to yuck nobody's yum. People be into different things. But but I feel like in this situation, this is like this is you taking advantage of stuff, because we see dogs and animals, all this stuff. You train them to do stuff and they just do it. Like this is. I'm
judging.
This ain't right.
This is judgment. This is judgment. It's disgusting. I mean, I'm just happy it wasn't one of us, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. I'm seeing comments. The comments are going crazy right now. I see Terry is saying, "I used to know a girl who did that for her dog too. Suffice it to say, we are no longer friends." So good on you, because no. But
my grandmother always told me, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future." So, I'm just saying.
Words to live by.
So if that's your friend and he doing that, you doing it with a cat. So
right.
Well then.
So I'm just, we saw the video clip with Joe Budden, or some of us did. I don't know if you saw it, but it looks like he was kind of doing something with the dog on his show. So it wasn't like what Dwight had expressed, but it was something a little less graphic, but still kind of nasty. And he kind of said anybody who has a dog has done that or something like that, just paraphrasing. So a lot of people who watch or listen to the show have said that people are kind of blowing it out of proportion, that it was just a joke. And I'm just trying to understand
yeah.
Right. I don't know. I was kind of was kind of taken aback by that. I was like, is there something that I'm missing here? I have no clue.
And I used to think he was so fine. I could not let him run my dog.
No, we can't do that.
We don't put that dog in to sleep.
Now, he recently turned down a deal with Spotify, and there's talk about spousal abuse and this dog story being a smear campaign in retaliation. Now, what do you guys make of that? Do you think that that's a possibility, or do you think that's what's happening?
First of all, you did this, like you admitted this, so you smeared yourself, first of all. And second of all, like, people been talking about Joe Budden being trash for years. This ain't nothing new.
That's true. Brandon, any thoughts? Anyone else?
No, I don't. No, this is gross.
Okay, so then, I mean, I also feel like, on some level, there are a lot of people who always find a way to make excuses for artists or personalities or celebrities that they like. And I think that the same thing can be said for Tory Lanez, because we've also gotten news about his apology text to Meg Thee Stallion. Right. He didn't explicitly lay out, "I'm sorry for shooting you in the foot," but we know what it was about.
That would be an admission.
But wait,
of course not.
Who shoots someone and they text them they're sorry?
Right.
That was
so
You
bizarre.
never been that drunk?
I am so sorry.
Never.
I'm so sorry that when I was in Philly for Pride, y'all, that I shot you in the foot. I'm so sorry about that.
That's what he said he was drunk, and it just happened.
I can't.
Absolutely not.
Look, I mean,
It's 2020. What do you expect? I mean, this year I'm not surprised by anything.
That's true. Everything crazy is coming out at all.
I'm surprised her foot didn't shoot back. That's what I'm more surprised about. Shit, in 2020. like seriously, he did admit to it. But I was pissed because in the beginning, so many of his fans basically tried to call her a lie, and they tried to say these other things. So me being who I am, I went to research her zodiac sign, and she is an Aquarius, and Aquarius are very protective. One of my really good friends, very protective of people. So I'm like, what loyalty does she have for him? So I'm happy that she finally produced receipts, because she was getting dragged for it. And I mean, already our Black sisters experience so much turmoil in this country and within this world that it took that for us to even get behind her and support her in the process. That part sucked.
Absolutely. And I feel like it's a lot of, well, I don't know. I feel like women, and I feel like the LGBT community may have stood up for her, but I feel like, the weak link in that situation would have been straight men,
They
which is
normally
unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, just say.
Let's clarify. That's what I was referring to. I'm sorry, but even when it comes to Black Lives Matter, we're forgotten about. So and women. So I just kind of generalized that everyone felt that way.
I got you.
Do you still have any other male rappers stood up for her, or in solidarity or anything, or
somebody
still
from
been
Houston?
silent?
Somebody from, I can't remember who it was, but one of the OG rappers from Houston stood up for her not long after she admitted it. I don't think it was Slim Thug.
Was it? Who else is from? Let me not make up people. It's fine, but yeah.
But yeah, somebody. I forgot.
Mike, was it Mike Jones? He's from Houston, right? Mike Jones.
It wasn't Mike Jones.
Okay.
It was somebody who I knew, but not knew, like that.
Is Bun B from Houston? Was it him? See, we gonna stop.
I feel like that's the name that I heard, but I think that's the only one, which is problematic in and of itself. It's like, come on, there's how many y'all could say something.
Right.
We named three just now.
I was pissed with the whole Breonna Taylor protest. I see people Portia Williams utilized her brand, Yandy utilized her brand. I'm like, where are these men? Where are these men celebrities going to Louisville, putting their careers using their voice, using their brand in a positive way? And it's just so unfortunate when it does come to Black women and it comes to our community specifically, we don't get support. And it's like, child, I'm tired of showing up at the barbecue bringing the potato salad. When y'all gonna show up in mine and help me? Right. So when is that gonna take place?
Exactly.
You won't,
That's,
but
you know,
like,
we if any of you guys and if you straight guys are listening to us, please just step it
do
up a little
better.
bit, please. Do better.
A lot of it.
So we're
We
gonna
show
move
up for y'all, show up
on.
for us.
We're gonna move on. Oh, by the way, I did get a comment on Periscope from @love_eternal. She wants to know Dwight's sun sign. What's your zodiac sign?
So I'm a Capricorn. My moon is in Aries, and my rising is in Libra.
Okay. All right. So I don't know what that does for you at Love Eternal because I don't know the zodiac like that. But
it's interesting that was asked, but and that I know.
Go for it.
You know,
my
it's
Mars
funny.
is also in Capricorn,
Hey.
and I love in Libra.
All right. So all the info, all the you know, you go ahead and judge all you want from all that information right there.
Right.
So we're gonna move into our next topic, which is Odell Beckham Jr. So yeah, let me introduce this because this is some more. So Slim Danger, OnlyFans model, also known as rapper Chief Keef's baby mama. And
wait, her name is Slim Danger?
Slim Danger, yes.
I forgot Chief Keef was a thing, Lord.
Slim Danger.
Mm-hmm. So she recently did an interview with No Jumper where she explains her alleged hookup with football star Odell Beckham Jr. She says poop is his kink. She sent him video of her having an as sexy as possible bowel movement. And during sex, he allegedly asked her to poop on him and was even prepared with a whole kit to make it happen.
A what?
What does a poop kit consist of?
I mean, she said that he had like a whole spread of stuff, and one of those things was like peroxide or something. You can watch that little clip in the interview, but I'm assuming it was like that drinkable laxative. Dwight's face.
Because I saw the clip, but I didn't see like that part of the clip. I didn't see all that. So this is
not a clip of a kid. Jesus.
I mean, it's a lot. So Slim Danger said she couldn't do it and has not since been flown back out. Odell Beckham Jr.'s only response to this was an Instagram post with a caption, quote, "Can't knock me off my pivot no matter what shit's thrown my way." Which
sounds like an admission to me. Like, okay.
I mean, it's one of those where it's like, you know, don't I neither confirm type of things. I get that's what I took from it. But you know, I guess he's having fun with it. Whatever.
Clearly.
okay, so
he's with the shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, okay, so let me lead with no judgment. Whatever your thing is, it's your thing unless it's a dog involved or an animal. Like, I'm judging you. And even now I'm judging you, but I won't publicly judge you. But what I will say is this. I'll judge you at the kitchen table. I believe he's into that. But girl, what vibe were you giving off that he felt comfortable enough to even explore that with you? Because my thing is like, if a guy is into something, like, people don't just share their interests with everybody. They share interests with people that give the vibe off that they may be into that. So
but she sent him the videos doing it.
Right. You sent the video you taking the yes, he thought maybe you into that. Maybe one day you called him on the phone, girl. He knew you was in the bathroom. You didn't, mute the phone when you flushed. And he thought, oh, she's into shit.
I will clarify though, because I don't think that her videos involve that, but in the interview, she said that he had requested a video of her doing that. So that's why she sent it. Yeah.
Well, I saw that part, and I just felt like when you sent it, that's kind of like saying I'm into it.
That part.
Like you sent the video to get flued. She said flown out. She did say flown out. I was ready for her to say flued because I just judge people that say that too. But she didn't. She passed that test. But she did send the video and then got flown out and said she couldn't produce said turd. because she wasn't into it. I just feel like she must have gave out some type of vibe that she's into that. Prime example, I remember I was, oh God, TMI, but I was, oh, my mom and I watch it. So it was a guy, whatever, that I was, dealing with. And I went to give him head after, he peed. And he was like, that's telling me you're into water sports. And I was like, what? I never knew that. And he was like, yeah, that's kind of letting the person know that you'd be open to that. And that's when I learned that when it comes to intimacy and things, like there are certain things and vibes you give off to a person that allows them to think perhaps you're into something. That's going to be my next episode of Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. But anyways, inspiration content. But yeah, I mean, and he clarified, and I was like, yeah, that's not my thing, but thank you for, letting me know that, so I know not to be just doing that.
Okay, all right. Well, like Marcus, have you ever been requested to do something that may have been out of your comfort zone like that?
Oh no, I should. I mean, yeah, no.
No.
And I say no because like I'm. Let's see. How can I say this? I pay attention to things. Because when you engage with because it's a fetish. When you engage with like fetish type communities, to pay attention. Like people are looking for ends, so you got to be careful what doors you leave open. So I'm very specific about this, not that, no, hell no, blase blase. Okay. So like even what Dwight said about wanting to suck dick after Dwight went to the bathroom. Yeah, that. I can see how somebody would have got that idea. So.
Okay. All right. Brandon, anything? Any experiences like that?
No, I have not. But I also think too, it's a little bit interesting for us as like gay queer men to discuss this particular fetish because accidents happen with how we have sex. So it's like, and there's so many guys who are just like, well, we'll keep going. It's fine. Like, I know that's what's going to do. You know what I'm saying? There's some are like, okay, the vibe is completely off. So I don't think that's maybe as much of a fetish with gay men. It definitely is a work hazard, almost. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term.
Gotcha.
I don't know about that. I mean, yes, it is. It's sometimes part of the job, but it definitely, some people definitely take it to the fetish route. Like, yeah.
I can't say I've ever had anybody ask me for anything like that. Thank goodness.
So that means you wouldn't do it if they did?
No, I would not do it. Okay. I'm just kidding. No, but so what are your kinks? I want to know. I want to go down the line. What do you guys like?
We want you to go first.
Look at this mess.
This will be a setup every time.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm the one asking the question.
Then you should answer it first.
Do
unto others as you do unto yourself.
Exactly. Which means that you should lead by example.
And I should go last as the guest.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So I can judge y'all before I put my tea out. No kidding.
All right. I mean, I'll go first. I think I'm pretty vanilla for the most part. I have not done any bondage type stuff, but I might be interested in trying some very light bondage type of stuff.
What is light bondage? Like handcuffs, tying, no whip? Like, what are we saying? Like
basically that, yes. You can bind my hands together, maybe, just take control of the situation, but don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I also like nice feet. It's not like a big thing on my list, but if you have nice feet, that's a plus. But I don't do anything with them, so.
No toes in your mouth? No?
I mean, it might be a little bit here or there for a quick half a second, but that's it. Since you got to put me on blast, Brandon.
I did. It's fun to know.
Oh, goodness. All right. So we're going to get to you, but I'm going to ask Marcus. What's what are your kinks? What do you like in the bedroom?
Oh, I did. Oh, I have a foot fetish. Most of my friends know that already.
Okay.
So, that's definitely number one on the list.
Okay. Anything else? Is that it? No golden showers? No
No. No, but I will say that I'm willing to try a few things. Not everything, but I'm willing to try a few things. So, don't necessarily knock it off the list.
Okay. All right. We'll see about those few things. Maybe in later episodes we'll drag them out of you. Brandon, I gotta turn it to you.
You do have to. That's fine. No, I think like you. I think I'm pretty vanilla. I think I will be open to a lot of things. I need like someone we can really explore and kind of do those things with. Like the shit thing. No, we're not gonna do that. The whole you bring your dog in the bedroom. We're not gonna do that either. But like, I'm willing to try some things.
Need some examples.
I think. Okay, fine. No, I do like choking, but I feel like choking is not. I feel like choking is pretty. To me, it's vanilla. It's like okay, whatever, cool. I'd be open to, like you said, bondage. The maybe tying handcuffs, but we're not bringing a whip, no chain, no pain type thing. We're not doing that because then I gotta shoot you when we finish. I don't want to have to do all that. I don't know.
That's
I don't
okay.
have anything
I mean,
off the
I
top
think
of my head.
that's a good little list there. You guys like to get a little wild in the bedroom, I suppose. Sometimes, yeah.
Maybe with the right one.
Sometimes that means sometimes.
So Dwight, what do you have to add to this crazy list of ours?
I feel bad for the audience because we boring as hell. Like I'm vanilla too. I'm so vanilla. They're like, oh, what are they gonna say? So yeah, I would say honestly, maybe some bondage I'd be open to. I mean, definitely I like to get aggressive with my partner, or my partner get aggressive with me. But then sometimes if my partner get too aggressive, I'm like, wait, who the fuck you think you are? Like, so it's like that. Right. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing, because like when you go into this stuff, like y'all have that agreement.
I can't hear him.
Oh, I didn't know you was talking.
It's all good. It's all good. Keep going, Marcus.
Okay. But like that's the type of thing that you got to be on agreement, because like I've been in fetish spaces, and like that's one of the key things. Like you need to know what the boundaries are. So like what Brandon said, like you like being choked. You need to know, are you trying to get straight up asphyxiated? Like you need to be choked to the point of climax. Like what is like what are the boundaries or whatever happened?
I have a question, because a lot of people have been talking about this online as far as fetishes go, and some people have talked about getting spit in your mouth.
I know he's about to ask that.
And I'm just trying to understand, where's the appeal?
I mean, different people have different stuff. Some people like that swap. It's just like people that love to swallow. Like some people like that, like exchange of like fluids and things. Like, hey, my thing, because you spit on me, I got to kill you. But
I also feel like there's a difference between like a, you know what I'm saying, and like a.
Yeah,
like
but
it's saliva in my mouth that I'm exchanging.
Oh my gosh!
Because I feel like if you actually going into like you spitting in my mouth, then that's intentional. Like if we kissing and swapping spit, okay, that's part of the territory.
Yeah.
But you're actually intentionally like drooling in my esophagus. No.
Right. I kind of draw the line there.
We got COVID now. You can't be over here spitting.
Already fucking. Now wait, like
you can wear a mask.
Oh, you know what? My fetish is mask play. Wearing a mask. No COVID. There you go. I have a new fetish.
Oh my goodness.
But y'all are 6 feet apart.
Well, it depends on who you're sleeping with.
That was good. Oh my gosh. All right. So, I mean, I guess I don't know. I think we've talked that one to death. That was a crazy topic. But let's clear the air, because that poop smell is, we got to open up some windows, and we got to go into something else. Let's go into Let's go into our favorite old shows on Netflix. So since last month, Netflix has slowly been releasing old familiar hit Black TV shows like Moesha, The Game, Sister Sister, and most recently, Girlfriends. More shows are on the way, and social media has been abuzz with new reactions to these old favorites. So, guys, which shows have you been most excited about coming back? Let's start with you, Brandon.
Okay. I think all of them, just because I think that most of them are from UPN, and so like for so long, it's like finding reruns in random places at random times. But now they're all being one place. Granted, I don't know how long, because I know Netflix like rotates stuff out, especially because Strongback Lead is behind this. So I guess everything will be on there for a few months and then maybe leave. I don't know, but that's most exciting. Just all of them in general.
Okay. Is there any particular shows that you like
We're most excited. Well, Girlfriends is my favorite show of like all time ever, but I ironically probably won't watch that one just because I've seen it the most out of all of the ones that have been added.
Okay.
So I watched Moesha, well, up until the Dorian, the whole fraternity thing. Then I was like, okay, I'm finishing here because y'all play too much. But I watched Moesha. I've been watching Sister Sister. I think I'm most excited though to see Half and Half, just because I haven't seen that one in forever. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Dwight, any thoughts? Anything you've been watching?
Yeah, so I love Girlfriends. So again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it because I've seen so many. However, I may end up still watching it. Who knows? But I thought I was gonna be really excited about The Game because I actually loved The Game when it was out. But I was so depressed watching it. Like, legit have been depressed over the past 2 weeks. Mad at Melanie because the first time I watched it, I was like, Team Melanie. And this time I'm like, girl, you was doing the most. Like, so I found myself, I had to stop watching The Game because then me and my boyfriend started fighting from watching The Game.
No.
So I was like, I don't need to bring this energy into my house. But Sister Sister, because I actually never watched all of Sister Sister. I only would like catch it here and there. So to watch it consistently, it's been really fun.
Gotcha. Okay, Marcus, I know you've been tweeting about all these shows just about. Is
Right?
there anything that you like the most out of them?
The Game is probably one of my favorite shows, period. But I also am not gonna rewatch that because I've watched especially those first 3 seasons so much. So I like watch an episode here and there. I'm watching Sister Sister all the way through, just because I haven't seen it all the way through like that. I plan on watching Girlfriends all the way through. I thought I was gonna watch Moesha. Try to give Brandy a second chance, but I started seeing the people talking about it, and I was like, I don't need that negative energy in my life.
Moesha is aggravating. Oh my god,
that's how I felt about The Game. I was like, this is negative. Like, these relationships are all horrible. Like,
but see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like The Game, everybody is trash to an extent. I feel like what I've seen from Moesha is just like Moesha is aggravating.
She's overbearing. She's messy.
I've
rude.
I tried to watch Moesha, but not recently, but like back in the day when it was originally airing. And I could not get into it. I could not get into it because of that reason, because she was just very aggravating to me.
Yeah.
I never watched The Game. I never watched, what are the other two? Girlfriends? I never watched Girlfriends.
Sister Sister.
I think it was on Disney Channel, right? So it was just like,
no, so. They were on
WB.
They're on
WB.
Yeah,
but they reran it on Disney Channel.
Okay, so yeah, I think I watched them on like both, and I just that was my favorite out of all of them. But I mean, I know like everybody talks about Girlfriends so much, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta watch Girlfriends.
Wait, you never watched Girlfriends?
No, I never watched Girlfriends, and
that is your homework assignment.
Yes, it's such a good show. It's such a good show.
All 172 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, there was no like series finale, but
right.
Not to ruin it.
But I heard
you.
the showrunner got a deal with Netflix, so hopefully something's gonna come out. And Brandon, you were shouting from the rooftops on Twitter. So
my fave, I love her. I don't want a movie, but I love her.
Wait, why don't you want a movie?
I want a movie.
I don't want a movie because the show was canceled at this point 12 years ago. So I feel like a movie wouldn't be enough for me. Like to catch us up over the 12 years to like resolve whatever happened in season 8, but then also tell a new story. Like it's not enough time for me to do that. I think like a final season would work better. But
okay, I would.
I'll
be
take
open
whatever
to
we get.
It's funny because like for me, I actually the first season of Blackish, I would watch that pretending like that was Joan because I feel like Rainbow
Fair enough.
acts
We
like
finally got her.
Joanish, like as a wife. So the first season, I'm like, that's Joan. That's not Rainbow. That's Joan. And my friend's like, Dwight, that's not Joan. Because I wanted Joan to have a happy ending.
Right? Joan finally got her husband and her kids.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Let's do
Right,
it.
right.
So, yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
I was going to ask, like, what about because there's still some more shows coming, like Half and Half. I think 1-on-1 is coming, and the Parkers too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
those are
Parkers.
the
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parkers-
Are y'all looking forward to them?
Yeah, the Parkers, I personally preferred over Moesha. I think that's kind of across the board for most
It is.
people.
Oh yeah.
So,
You were
yeah,
happy
Marcus-
for Kim that she finally got out of that abusive friendship and like went and had a productive life.
Absolutely, absolutely. What are y'all looking for?
Moesha was mean.
Was. She needed to be punched a couple times. Did.
Oh no! But
I was done with
and,
Moesha when her dad got her a car for her birthday and she gave it back. I was like, wait, what? I couldn't watch after that. Couldn't watch.
It was like episode 3. Like it was very early.
I was like, did she just give back a brand new car?
She
I
wanted
wish
that
my
Jeep.
mama didn't give me a brand new car.
She
My
wanted her
car was
Jeep.
used.
Is there
I want a
anything new
Saturn.
that you guys are picking up that you hadn't noticed last time, kind of in your rewatching of these shows?
I didn't know that Moesha Girlfriends was a spinoff of Moesha. I didn't know
It's
that.
not.
It's not.
They're in the same universe, but they're not spinoffs.
Well, I didn't know they were saying because like Maya was on there or whatever as Maya.
Mhm.
I never knew that. So that was interesting.
Oh, I never knew
With
that
the
either.
game again, I was so team Melanie before, and this time I'm just like, you could have possibly saved your relationship much earlier. So that happened. Other than that, no. Oh, Lisa and Ray should have got together a lot earlier on Sister Sister. Like, I felt that was dragged out.
Did you feel like they should have got together in the end too, or no?
I didn't know they didn't because I haven't watched all of it, so it's good to know. But
Spoiler alert, everyone.
I'm thinking that they're gonna have like this glorious marriage. Guess that doesn't happen.
Well, like what happened? So I didn't like ruin it.
Oh Lord!
So what do you think about using a 2020 lens to kind of analyze the shows that were made in the 90s? Like, is it fair to kind of criticize these shows with our new politically correct standards?
I think for some
Go ahead,
stuff, I think
Brandon.
there's a
Feeling
difference
everything.
I think there's a difference in like rewatching something as an adult versus rewatching something in a like 2020 lens. If you get what I'm saying, like I can watch Moesha and be like, as an adult, like this was an annoying teenager. Like my God, today versus like, okay, some of this stuff is just a product of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Not to excuse it, but it's just like the episode with her outing Hakeem's cousin or whatever. It's like I can't, even though it was like trash, it's like this is also still like 95. So like, am I really surprised?
Yeah.
With how it was handled?
I think it's a kind of a thin line because I think saying the like 2020 lens is kind of like what allows us to see that some of the stuff wasn't cool. Like that was one episode of Moesha that I went back and watched because people were talking about it. The one where she outed him, I was like, yes, this is garbage. I understand why it's garbage because of when it came out, but it's still garbage. I know for me rewatching Sister, I was like, my God, Roger. My God, like he was a lot.
In what
and
way?
you know,
Because
like,
I forget because I know that he was just a nuisance, but like, what do you mean by that?
like he was a peeping Tom. Like he showed up in them girls' bedrooms all the time. He was study asking, like, do you want me to get naked? Like, did you dream about me? It's like I'm gonna say, I can give you mouth to mouth. Like it was like, God, stop. Like he, and I think with the kind of the 2020 lens, we can see why that is wrong in a way that we still might not see it if we were just looking at it just like regular as adults. Like we still may be like, oh, that little cute little kid. Like, no, actually, this may be a sign of, behavior down the line. So I think that it kind of helps to kind of look at this stuff in that way. But I think that we have to keep in mind that they are products of their time. So it's like, point out the stuff that's like messed up, but don't be like, oh my God, cancel Moesha or cancel Sister, because one, they already canceled. and two, it's like, there's no real reason to go and like beating Brandy over the head because Moesha was trash, 20 some years later.
Right. Dwight, do you have any thoughts to add to this?
No, I agree. I mean, definitely looking back through lenses. Although this isn't a show that would be related to it, but even like, did you hear about like the Golden Girls, the blackface episode that was removed?
Right.
And like, I actually didn't see why that needs to be removed because I didn't feel that they were coming off as blackface. I felt like with the incident of like Dorothy's son marrying a black woman, the family there, like I found the humor in it as a black person and wasn't offended.
Yeah.
However, it was removed. So I agree where like with some shows, I feel like we have to understand that was the time and not necessarily, that we need to go and like beat these people over the head. But like, just embrace it, I guess. But yeah, that's all I was gonna add.
I got you. I think adding. Oh, Marcus, did you have something to add?
Yeah, no, because he brought up blackface, and it just made me realize. Like, there's an episode of Sister. I forget what season it's in. But there's an episode of Sister where there's this white girl who is basically trying to become the triplet to the twins, and she shows up at one point in time, and she's really tan, and it's hacky look like blackface. And I was like, put this girl in blackface, like what the hell? But like, like the context of the thing is like, oh, it's a joke, we think that she's trying to basically like single white female, these girls.
Right.
But it is like a little bit jarring. And I think you kind of have to an extent, you kind of have to realize like, okay, like we weren't as aware of the way the issues affect people back then that we are now. So it's not like, oh my God, go find this little white girl, she's canceled.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, as far as using a 2020 lens and looking back on these old shows, I think it's kind of helpful. I mean, you kind of have to keep it in perspective, like you guys said, this is a product of the 90s, but at the same time, I just think, I think back on all of my English classes where we looked at these old texts and we're looking at them from today's lens and we're ripping apart what's bad about it that people may not have thought about it back in the day as being bad, or we're putting our own experiences. We have these books written for white people, and then we have a black lens kind of drawing out our own perspectives or a gay perspective of the book. So I think it's fair game, and I don't think anybody criticizing anything that we had watched in the 90s is necessarily a bad thing. But speaking of the 90s, we've gotten word of this Fresh Prince reunion. I want to know how you guys are feeling about this, because first of all, there was this picture on Instagram with Will Smith and please let me know if I got her name wrong. Janet Hubert, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The black dress.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you guys feel about that? Because a lot of people were excited about it. I don't feel the excitement from you guys here now that I said that. What's going on?
Oh no, I'm excited. 2020 just don't stop. Like we got Brandy and Monica in the same room together. Like Will Smith and Janet Hubert in the same room together. I don't know what's gonna happen. Who's next? Like,
Child, I'm convinced that Aretha gonna pop up tonight with Gladys and Batty. Like you're right. 2020 is not stopped.
She is going to manifest in the space. Listen,
right.
My goodness, too much.
But no, I think it's good if they're having an open dialogue. I guess it's. At first, I was a little like thrown because it was just the two of them separated from everybody else. I was like, so was she not invited to the full thing? But I also feel like they might need that one-on-one, whatever that is. So it might be better that way. I'm glad though she was included, because I know originally it was the picture of everybody else, and I was like, I love Daphne, don't get me wrong, but where my girl at? Like,
come on.
So it's not, because she was there for half of the show, so they were literally both there for half of the series.
Right. Now, this reunion, like, what is it exactly? Is it just a talk? Is it like a reunion in the sense that they all sit around and talk about the show, or are they redoing? Because I know that there is a dramatic remake of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the works, but as far as these actors and stuff are concerned, what are their plans? Do any of you know, Marcus?
I think it's just a retrospective, I think. So just them looking back probably and discussing it.
Got you. And I mean, that's kind of what I picked up from the photo that we'll put up there. Marcus, what do you think about the drama remake? Have you heard of that at all?
I had. I'm a little bit biased because I feel like we are remaking way too many things in the first place. Like, I feel like a lot of these shows that we're remaking and rebooting are not necessary at all. Like, going back to conversations we had like weeks ago, I don't know why people are, signing up for this thing to try to reboot Noah's Ark. Like, the show is over. It's told the complete story. Like, move on. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really excited for it in that vein, even though I love Fresh Prince. The dramatic thing, I just feel like that's a recipe for it to go south really quickly. I'm like, okay.
In what way? Like, as far as it being not interesting, or as far as it being maybe a little bit problematic if it goes to the dramatic route, or?
I didn't think about it being problematic. That probably is a possibility, but I was just thinking like it's not going to be the same because one of the strengths of the Fresh Prince was that they dealt with like real stuff, but they were able to kind of like cushion it a little bit with like the humor. And I feel like if you're going full blown drama, that becomes a different show. Like, this is no longer Fresh Prince. This is now like How to Get Away with Murder. Like, this is now a different thing.
Okay.
All right, Dwight, did you hear of either of these things? I mean,
yeah.
I
actually did. I actually reported on my own Hot Topics. I talked about it. I would love to see them do, honestly, the Fresh Princess of Bel-Air and have a lesbian step in as the Will part. Like, I would love to see like young MA like step in as the Fresh Princess and seeing like Hillary trying to make her more feminine or less, masculine than what she is, and like take that approach where she's like a rapper, and that's it just could be really, really just a different way of telling the story. It would target a different demographic, and I would still make it a comedy, personally. But I don't feel like I want to see the Fresh Prince told the same way, whether it's through comedy or drama. Like, I want to see a different story if they are to do it. So
okay, all right. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I saw the trailer for the drama remake of it, and I thought that was very, I thought that was, inventive. I thought it was very cool, but I didn't, hearing that it's going. You thought it was.
I did.
It was very dark. I was like, oh, just like,
and we tell that dark story so much. Sorry to cut you off, but we tell that dark story so much within the Black community already that I don't need to see Menace to Society brought on the screen daily. Like, it just, for me, it was just like, it's how are we reinventing the story? This is a story that's told so much about the Black community already. So
That's true. Well, we'll see what they do with it, because I will be keeping a hawk's eye on this development because it's one of my favorite shows. But I'm interested to see how they do the remake and what the reunion's going to look like. But we're getting close to the end here, so I want to bring out this last topic. So communication has been a buzzword in our side of social media this week. But I want to focus on a specific type of communication as it pertains to dating. What you doing? Otherwise known as WID. Specifically, there's a common refrain that I see where people are like, quote, "Don't send me a WID text during work hours. You know what I'm doing. I'm at work." So do you feel like people that feel that way have a point, Brandon?
I do. I think if it's somebody you regularly communicate with, to me, it's annoying. Because I get that a lot of people use it as a conversation starter, which is fine, but it is lazy / annoying because you know what I'm doing. Like, between these hours we had these conversations, if we again are regularly communicated. So if I've told you, my schedule Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or whatever that is, like, just say, hey, how's your day going? Or hey, what's up? Or just don't. What are you doing? Because I'm at work. Like,
But do you guys think like asking that question could it possibly mean the same thing? Like, how's it going? Could it? I mean, are we making too much of it?
I think it elicits a different reaction, at least for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there is a difference between what are you doing and how are you doing. And I think that would, saying how are you doing would bring up something completely type different. Though I will also say that this may be like kind of my experience or whatever, but what are you doing doesn't bother me that much because what I'm doing could vary, even in my I guess regularly scheduled time. Because with as far as teaching, like I could be teaching this day and I can't respond like I'm at work doing this, or I could be in a cancel class and I'm sitting in the office just doing nothing. So for me, what are you doing doesn't bother me because that could vary even during work hours. But I still do think that how are you doing may be a much better way to kind of start the conversation.
Okay. Okay. Dwight, how are you feeling about this?
I just miss getting them. I date someone that is huge on English. So if I send him that, he won't even respond because he wants you to like spell it out, which can be a bit annoying at times because I'm such like a abbreviator texter. So I actually miss getting those messages. I can't even say conversate, but can you have my Tasha Mack moments? But no, seriously, I mean I see the point as far as it's kind of, of course you know what I'm doing, but I just, for me, it doesn't really bother me, but I don't put meaning behind text messages. Like I have to actually watch what I text because sometimes it comes off a little too direct as if I'm upset when I'm not. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me, but I do see both your perspectives. But I would just love to get one. It'd be nice for somebody to wonder what I'm doing. I get literally, what are you doing? And that I feel like is my mom like fussing at me. But he's just big on English. So
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like, when I get a what you doing text or WID, it doesn't bother me so much. And I feel like maybe, and no, correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like a lot of people are assuming that people know what their schedules are when they're texting this. Would that sound?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's.
But I feel like, sometimes you can text somebody if you're new to dating them. You don't really know whether they're working 9 to 5 or whether they're working the graveyard shift or if they're working period. So, what you doing might not be so bad. But I feel like, I've been in the situation where I met somebody on Tinder or whatever, and we started texting, and I said, hey, what's going on, or something like that. I never sent a WID. I always, I'm writing stuff out. But they were like, I'm at work, and it was, I don't know, just the way that they, I don't know, it just didn't seem, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you can sense when people are getting like a little pissed off that
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, I tried to have a little bit of a conversation, but then they didn't respond back. And so I'm just like, well, man, on the first go around, if I don't know that that's what you do, if I don't know that you're at work, then what else do you expect how do you expect us to have this conversation? So now I'm like, I won't text anybody till after 5:00.
Well, then they gonna say you ain't text me good morning.
You ain't text me all day.
What you been doing? You been that busy?
It's the best. It's the best. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damn if you don't, right?
I can't. But do you guys have any specific texting rules? Like what's allowed and what's not for you?
I think
like what bothers you? Yeah, go ahead.
WYD bothers me if we've been communicating for a while and you know my schedule. Just because I don't like it as a conversation starter, but I can say that though. I can communicate that where that gets on my nerves.
Okay, all right. I mean, I think for me, I like short conversations. So if you're gonna text me, let's have a quick conversation, and then let's leave it. Well, I will talk to you, we'll have a quick conversation at 8 a.m. Good morning, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Don't talk to me again until like 6. Unless it's a little quick something like, hey, do you want me to grab XYZ from, if you just a little, but don't take up my whole day texting. That's my point.
Oh Lord.
Do you prefer talking on the phone? Is that what it is?
It's not even that I prefer over the phone because sometimes people don't know how to talk on the phone.
It's like, just leave me alone.
So you just want to in person? Like, what do we? Because people normally they either like texting over the phone or in person. They normally prefer one of the three. So that's what I was asking.
Well, I haven't even thought of in person as an option sometimes, but in person, I guess would be, as far as communication, I would rather have an in person communication. I think that you get a better feel for somebody. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when you're at the texting stage of dating or meeting somebody new, let's not extend this conversation throughout the day. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys understand that? Because I feel like my attention has to constantly be on my phone versus anything else that's going on in my life if you're doing that.
Well, you don't have to respond to the text, right?
Yeah, but if I don't respond right away, asshole.
That's a whole nother thing.
I understand what you're saying. I disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. I'm scared to text you now.
You know what though? I think I feel you, Jarrod. Like I feel like that's kind of how I am too, because I don't want to be like, because I have so many things to do throughout the day, and I feel like if you're texting me, particularly if you're texting me constantly, I feel like I have to give you my attention, and especially if we're on the phone, like if I have to talk with you, I can't, I really engage with what it is I'm doing. So that kind of annoys me a bit because it's like, okay, like I have to give you my attention because you are clearly looking for the attention. Like if I had to choose, I feel like I would prefer, like being face to face because then I can get up and like, all right, this is it, we're done. See you later. But I feel like I guess it feels like rude to like rush somebody off the phone or be like, or just not text. So
yeah. I mean, my thing is,
go.
You gotta go. All right, I'm a Capricorn. I gotta go.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, my thing is like, you'll text and you'll talk about, did you sleep well? Oh, I slept well. You doing good. I'm going to work. Okay. Have a good day, whatever. And then they'll text you.
Well, that was dry. That's why you don't want to text all day.
Well, that's like, yes. That's a waste of time.
I'll give you like a general like conversation example. Just like you have a general little conversation and then, there's a natural closing to a conversation. And then somebody texts you like an hour later, like, hey, what's up? And it's like, I just talked to you. Like, let me not roll. Let's not run through this again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Thank you, Mark.
I think whoever texts you like that, they just scared to text you. That sounds like they scared to text you. Like, I don't want him to get upset.
Maybe, I don't know, but I would love to hear everyone's reactions on that. But we've run out of time, and Dwight, can you please let the audience know where to find you and your work?
Yes. You can find me on all social media at O'Neal Appeal. That's ONEALAPPEL. Gosh. My website's also o'nealappeal.com. My book is on Amazon. And yeah, you can find me on Big O as well at O'Neal Appeal. Again, ONEALAPPEL. Thank you guys so much for having me today. Like, this has been so much fun. My Wi-Fi has been crazy. So bear with me, but this has been awesome.
We've had a great time with you, and thank you so much for joining us. And to our viewers, if you enjoyed our conversation and want to see more, it's absolutely necessary that you let us know, whether that's a bunch of hearts on the live stream, a like and subscribe on YouTube, or a comment and a share. Please show us some love. So guys, I think it's time for our toast at the end of the show.
I finished my drink because I got some water.
If I anything left.
Water. You got a toast.
Who's bad luck to toast with water?
All right. Well, no judgment, Brandon.
Fine. I'll toast with this. There's nothing in here, but it's fine.
That's all right. So until next time, be careful what you say because the boys